My name is David Toman. I'm the Community Responder Officer for South Western Ambulance Service covering the county of Dorset. I've been in the ambulance service for 22 years and currently doing this role for coming up for 2 years now. My job entails looking after the community first responders. They're essentially a group of individuals who want to serve their community and respond to emergencies before the arrival of the ambulance service. They apply through NHS jobs to join us, and I interview them and recruit them and train them. Once they're trained and all the background checks are completed, we issue them with an ID and a uniform and a response kit, and they activate themselves via a pager and respond to emergency calls. The community first responders are an amazing team of people. The team members, they all share a kit amongst them. So they have a response kit which contains oxygen, bag valve mask which helps people to breathe, defibrillators, dressings, so they can deal with a whole variety of emergency situations. They're based mainly in rural locations, although we have them in the towns as well. And they just help the public by getting there quicker, a bit quicker than the normal ambulance or response car can get to them, just because they're in the communities already.
A first responder is someone who's able to serve their local community, who can get to a 999 call for that of a frontline resource to provide comfort, support and any first aid that's needed for that casualty. The majority of the time we can be there to support and back up crews. We can be there as the first port of call for instance, a cardiac arrest as one of our worst case scenarios. But the majority of the time we can be there to pop the kettle on, hold a hand and offer what we call bags of reassurance.
But it's a day-to-day job and things change all the time. It depends on what requirements. Maybe a new battery for a defib or a new set of dressings, anything. So the days I can try and plan my days, but they can change on a phone call or on an email. There's lots of rewarding parts of the job, but I must say, working with the responders, the feedback I get from the crews when they arrive and back up a responder and say how well the responder has done, either with the treatment protocol that they've given or the reassurance they've given and the handover they've given to the crew is awesome. Then I can feed that back to the responder, and it makes such a difference just to get some positive feedback so the responder knows they're doing well and the patient's made an improvement since their arrival.
My name's Doug Miners. I cover the Royal area, which is West Dorset, and I've been doing it for about 3 years now. Well, I put in quite a lot. Over the last 12 months I've done 6,400 hours booked on. I did 484 calls, but I'm probably at the extreme. I actually enjoy it so much I'm booked on all the time. It is really worthwhile. It's nice to do all the training as well. Also, every ambulance crew that turns up, I ask them what I did, could I have done better, so I'm getting sort of training from them as well. And really rewarding going out to these people, and I do put a tremendous amount in, but I do love doing it. To me, it's a hobby, so it's really good.
So we're off to the Community Responder Awards ceremony up in Somerset. This is the first one we've had like this, and it's a great way to showcase the work that the responders have done and thank them for the efforts and the time and commitment they give to us all.
Someone once said to me, the greatest gift that you can give is knowledge. I actually disagree with that. I think the greatest gift you can ever give is your time, and you give that in abundance.
So I'm really delighted how the evening went. Everybody that was expected turned up this evening, and it seemed a really positive night to celebrate what our volunteers are doing across the whole of Dorset and Somerset.
It's something to give back to the community. You can get out there, meet different people, they get to meet you get to do a bit of PR, you get to mix with children, and to be fair, you can make a lot of friends. It is a very rewarding and an amazing challenge, and every different job is a challenge.
Great evening. I think that's absolutely amazing. The recognition that the responders have received tonight is just deserved. We've got people booking on for hours and hours a day, 24/7 cover. We're getting some groups. Others are helping the communities with teaching how to use defibrillators and CPR. Brilliant. This is just what they deserve.
About 18 months ago, there was 4 of us that came together to work together to provide public access defibrillators in the town of Swanage. That project has grown, and we've put 7 in, with another 6 on order. So it's really captured the public's imaginations, and we also do some workshops around the awareness of their use, and just try and give the community an understanding of how important they are in an emergency.
I work in the health sector anyway, and actually it was a good way of giving back to the community. So I joined, and fully recommend it to anybody. Brilliant, brilliant.
You get a feeling, no matter how much input and involvement you've had, or how much interaction or intervention you've been able to provide, that you've been able to leave someone's property, someone's workplace, and knowing that you've made some form of difference in terms of their care, even if it has been a simple fall or from the extreme to a full cardiac arrest. You walk away knowing that you've been able to make some input to change that person's life for the better.
Outstanding. To be accredited by South West Ambulance is a huge honour for us as a partnership. It endorses our project. It shows the community of Swanage, who have raised a lot of money for us, that actually this is a serious project, and shows that with like-minded people what can be achieved.